Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Read With Me. I am your host, Kelly Michelle. This channel focuses on reading together separately. So I choose a book, we will read that book throughout the month, and I will share my thoughts, reflections, and takeaways from the assigned pages or chapters that we read. And so this month we have been reading Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. And the goal is for us to read 12 books together by the end of the year. So last time I went over chapter 4 and reviewed pages 146 and through 171. And so today I will be reviewing my thoughts about chapter 5. And chapter 5 is titled Mind the Gap. Before I get started, I always like to say the disclaimer, which is I am not at all trying to teach this book, present these ideas as my own concepts. I'm just simply sharing the takeaways that I have from this chapter. And I want to encourage you to read the chapter. So again, we're going over chapter 5 titled Mind the Gap. And this chapter was relatively short in comparison to all the other chapters. So here are some of my takeaways. Strategy is the game plan, and culture is who we are. Number 2, we disengage to protect ourselves from vulnerability, shame, and feeling lost without a purpose. Number 3, spiritual connection and engagement is not built on compliance. It's the product of love, belonging, and vulnerability. And number 4, we can't give people what we don't have. And I want to emphasize number 4. This is probably something that you have heard before, is if you are in an emergency on an airplane, put on your air mask first and then help your neighbor or, help your family member with their air mask. And I believe that this statement is basically saying the same thing. We can't give people what we don't have and what we don't have for ourselves. So if I'm a person that doesn't have empathy for myself and empathy for, the mistakes that I made or some of the challenges that I might be facing, empathy on how to get through it, then it would be very difficult for me to share that same empathy with someone else. And that goes for numerous things. If I don't love myself, then how am I supposed to love others? And so that was the basic point that the author was trying to share, is that we can't give others, which is empathy or kindness or compassion or generosity, if we don't do it for ourselves first. So those are the thoughts and takeaways that I had for chapter 5. We are very close to finishing this book. We only have 2 chapters left. Obviously, chapter 6 and chapter 7, they are rather lengthy. So we will be doing chapter 6 in 2 parts. And chapter 6, it starts on okay, here we go. Chapter 6, it starts on 187. And so we will be reading, actually it starts on 185. My apologies. So we'll be reading 185 through, actually it'll be a little bit shorter. We'll be reading 185 through 197 and then 198 through 212. So again, 185 through 197, and then 198 through 212. And so that will be chapter 6. And then after that, we have one more chapter and we'll be finished with yet another book, which I cannot believe. So I want to leave you just with a couple of things before I sign off. One, pick up the book for June, which is The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips. Take some time to read today to sharpen your mind, to listen to or read a great story. If you are enjoying this channel, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe so that we can grow this virtual book club. Comment, I would love to hear from you because I want to know what stood out for you for chapter 5. And also, as we're close to finishing this book, what has stood out for you just in general. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, happy reading.